What you're gonna need is just like a comb, a rat tail comb, a 1 inch to 1 1/4 inch curling iron. I am doing 1 1/4. I have my blow dryer just so I can set the product in. Bed head queen for a day is gonna be, if you're ever wanting to do any kind of hair like this, editorial or photo shoot or bridal or anything, queen for a day is amazing and the best hair product to have in your kit, and everyone will make sure that you have it always. So queen for a day. Then I just have a brush, and then I have my clips because we're gonna have to pin some things up. And yeah, that's really it. So we are gonna start with our girl, and we're gonna start by sectioning her out. So we did a pretty deep part because it was supposed to be like that 90s inspired, but it's gonna be really soft. It's gonna be really soft when we do it. So really deep part is gonna be the first thing we wanna do. Okay, so as you can see, I have the top part of her head completely sectioned off, and I did bring it down a little bit because we do want to make sure we get a little bit of volume in the crown. So I did section off this as well. And then now I'm just going to make a section just so that we don't take huge sections from the ear to ear. Okay, so now as you can see, I only have this bottom section left. I have everything else clipped up, and we are just gonna start working on this bottom section. All right, so I'm just gonna take my queen for a day, and starting at the top, we're just gonna spray it down. It's a pretty light spray, if you want. It just is gonna give it a nice texture. And then now we're just gonna blow dry that into the hair, just kind of smoothing it out just a little. All right, so you're gonna start with your section, and this is a very tousled and loose hairstyle, I would say. So it's nothing too perfect. But you're gonna go in, and you're just gonna make one bend around the barrel. You're just gonna let that set for a second. You're gonna take that bend out, and then you're on the same section, you're just gonna bend it the opposite way, just to give it that really undone curl. And then I'm also gonna alternate it, so I'm gonna go this way. And now she does need a haircut. She has not gotten one yet. All right, first section, easy peasy. You have this very loose curl, and then you can see that when I pull it out, it is just gonna give you a beautiful undone. look to it. Voila. Next section, we're gonna take it down. I like to stay pretty organized, so I'm gonna spray down this side first, blow dry it, curl it, and then we will move to the next side. This is the same thing I do on the models because there's usually a lot going on. So I'm just gonna round brush this, blow it out. If the ends are looking a little crispy, you just take your curling iron, wrap it. That'll help. And hopefully whoever you're working on has had a haircut, because I'm like this girl. Okay, so we're done with the first part, and you can see how she just has this nice, really pretty undone wave. And so that's really all you want, and it has a ton of texture in it. And you don't necessarily have to blow dry the queen for a day into it, but it is good to at least put the queen for a day into it section by section and just blow dry it so it doesn't get that hard cast on it, because you just really want it to be super soft and super textury and just like almost like she kind of woke up like this kind of look. And then at the top we are going to blow dry just to get some volume, so I would get a brush that you like to use for that. So I'm going to spray and blow dry this into 3 sections, and then we're going to curl it probably in like 4 or 5 sections, but I'm just going to be spraying and blow drying up for volume. Okay, so I already did the first 2 sections with the curls because you couldn't really see what I was doing anyways, but these last 2 sections are gonna be done exactly the same way I did these back 2 sections. And it's okay that it's a little bit wider of a section because it's gonna end up being a very soft look. So I'm just gonna split this last section in half. I'm gonna clip this out of my way to be very organized. I'm gonna take this one section, I'm gonna have a clip ready to go. So I always just have it ready. Now this has already been prepped with the queen for a day and blow dried. And I blow dried it with volume in it, so that way it is nice and ready. All right, so we're gonna take the curling iron and we're gonna go in. And since we're gonna curl it in the direction and we're gonna leave out a really long tail. That's a pretty long tail. You can actually see how much of a tail it is. And we're really only curling this top part because we want that really undone look. So we're gonna take this out. We're gonna take our clip and clip it on the underside so that there's no crease. And then now you can see that the tail is left out and that the curl is really only being curled at this very top part. Okay, so we're gonna do our last section. We're taking it. It's already been completely prepped. You can see that it has nice and shiny. It's smooth, the ends are smooth. So we're gonna take the curling iron and we're gonna curl and leave the tail out. Yeah, and we're leaving about that much of the tail out. And so now she has her nice, beautiful texture in through here. And then we have the base set with the tail left out. And I would say we would let this sit for a couple of minutes before shaking it all out. And I'm gonna show you the end result. Okay, so it's been about 5 minutes. I'm gonna use some of the Keratin Complex Flex Hold Hairspray. And I'm just gonna give it a nice little spray before we take it down. And then starting in the back, I'm just gonna start letting them down. And we will see what we did. So that looks like a sexy little hairstyle to me. Tell me what you guys think. I love it.